Look at that, seamless. Welcome to Player Rankings, part of the day where I pick up a player's face, you tell me where to put that face when boss sound to your messing. We might need your messing. I often like getting rid of it, but I'm going to keep it just in case you've got any real strong feelings. Yeah, if you haven't done this bit with me before, that's what happens basically. But you don't just say which category, you tell me high, low, middle, and we've also developed this straddle thing where somebody just hovers over the line. So, without further ado, after Liverpool came from 1-0 down to beat Southampton 3-1, I'm just stalling while I was trying to find Alisson Becker, if you haven't realised. On a serious note though, where is he? How is he hiding because of the goal? How has he gone missing? We might have to go without Alisson here, which is groundbreaking stuff. Honestly, he's not here. How has that happened? Right, we're going to move on without Alisson Becker. If I find him as we go, great. Has he fell? He hasn't fell. Yeah, Liverpool won 3-1, by the way. This is staggering. Trent Alexander-Arnold first, because you always start with the right back. I've just spotted one way out of camera. Hang on 1 second. Cut all that last bit. Alisson Becker was inexplicably over there. What do we think about Alisson Becker today, everyone? What was that about? What do we reckon? Boss? No. Boss? No. I don't know. Let's do this, shall we? Seth F says boss. A lot of people say sound for Ali. Ali has never gone missing. You're right. I was fearing for his life for a second. Alisson's going, yeah, do you know what? That was a really odd moment. Right, what we saying? He's still boss on the ball for midweek. I've seen that comment. We did make it, honestly, if I have to address this sub thing, I'm going to lose my mind. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Southampton used a concussion sub. I feel like I'm going to get a concussion. I have to say it again. I did, but I'll get him in a second. He's fine. He's there. I can see him. Sound boss, says Eddie. Sound low boss. Goals on Virgil. Yeah, Virgil definitely takes the majority of the blame for the goal, I think. But yeah, none of them cover themselves in glory. I have seen this news about PSG. Yeah, whatever. We'll take care of them on Tuesday. Don't worry about it. Do a first half, second half. Yeah, we quite easily could. There might be a lot of straddling because of that. Like first half, second half kind of vibes. I think for Ali though, I think sort of a high sound, low boss as C-Mac. Yeah, it might still be a little bit of credit in the bank for midweek still potentially. Let's go there, I think, for Alisson Becker. Trent on the floor. I don't know how he got there. Let's do Trent. Yeah, I thought Trent was all right, actually, to be fair. I did. Not sure where your messing is coming from. No, there's no your messing for Ali. I didn't see any of them. Oh, messing, literally? No, I don't think so. Sound for Trent. Yeah, tested once or twice going backwards, actually. Yeah, they gave him a couple of problems defensively, but not loads. I thought in attack, he was more or less his usual self, trying lots of things, lots of innovation, yeah, lots of very forceful, deliberate passes through the lines into the strikers, all that sort of stuff. Nothing ever really came off. An early effort on Ramsdale, but yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good performance from him, to be fair. I would have liked to have seen him been able to be taken off earlier, because he is one I'm a little bit concerned about. Yeah, his technique is just otherworldly, isn't it? Let's be honest. He's probably the best, most technically gifted footballer that we own right now. High sound. Yeah, okay. I think we're straddling, to be fair. I think we're just about there for Trent. Right, let's do Canate. Let's do Big Ebu. Big old run into the Southampton half late in the second. What do we make of Ebu today? Wasn't in the vicinity for the goal, so gets away unscathed from that one. Smart getting out of that, to be fair. Very similar to yeah, it is, and that was Ebu that time, wasn't it? Yeah, it's Canate in the chat, actually. A bit of miscommunication. Yeah, just a little bit like of after you going on without somebody, and in that instance, it should have been Ebu that dealt with it. If it's at your feet, don't second guess, don't wait, because you don't get a chance to do that. The striker will capitalise on it. And there might have been a little foul on Alisson for the goal, but I didn't have many complaints about it, to be honest with you. I just felt like we should have handled the situation far, far better. And that was kind of in keeping with the whole first half. It was a little bit yeah, a bit sloppy, a bit lethargic, a little bit slow. And that was what the goal was, really. People are loving Ibu, though, which is nice. I'm going to whack him there. Virgil van Dijk. Some big headers from corners. Cleared his lines really, really well from a couple of those situations. Passing was top draw. I thought, actually, that was one of the highlights of his game today. Yeah, I thought he had a steady performance back there. Could have been challenging late on for both of them, Ibu as well, when big Paul Onuachu came on, but they actually handled him quite well for this short spell he was on the pitch too. So yeah, good performance. Shame not to keep a clean sheet, of course, but not a performance that really warranted one. Truth be told, in the first half especially. Sound, boss, low sound for the goal. Okay, low sound for Virg. That doesn't happen very often. That might be a bit high as well. Costas Tsimikas, one of those replaced at half-time, booked in the first half as well. Looked desperate to deliver something with meaning from that left-hand side, but never really managed it, I think it's fair to say. And the comments are not pleased with Costas Tsimikas, having just scanned my eyes downwards. Let's do it. Hi, messing. You're messing. Listen, let's have it right. If you get dragged at half-time and you're 1-0 down to bottom league Southampton, there's a good chance you've not had your best day at the office. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it too much. Yeah, let's work forwards from there, shall we? Low sound, Robbo showed levels, low sound. Yeah, maybe. The point about sort of for me, the yellow card was a little bit stopping a dangerous situation developing, fine. And it was actually quite a naughty tackle as well. So it was a combination of proper yellow card, I described it. Sometimes you can get a soft one for just, like I say, stopping a counter. But this was that combined with being a little bit on the naughty side too. Yeah, it's low, isn't it? Let's have it right. Yeah, okay. He was on a yellow, which probably does play into the thinking, but so was Darwin. I do think there are problems with his performance, to be honest with you, as well as the yellow card being a factor. Let's whack him there, shall we? Again, feel free to tell me up or down as we go along. These aren't set in stone. They literally move. So yeah, Kirkes and Wharton. Yeah, I think Kirkes is on everyone's wish list, to be honest. And I think that might be something that happens as well. Conversation for another day. Ryan Gravenberch, typified Liverpool a little bit today for me. I thought first half, he looked a bit sluggish, and one of those looked a little bit jaded, maybe the minutes catching up with him. But I thought second half, he was nigh on exceptional. I really did. Back to what has become his usual self this season as well, actually. Sniffing out danger, reading play really well, handling himself really well as well. There's a moment in the first half where he goes on that mazy run. Never quite opened up to have the shot, but outside of that, I thought he was off it first half, actually, I must admit. He looks tired, so sound, high sound. Still say start, end. I must admit, we've run out of opportunities to do that. I get it, and I'm on board with it to a certain extent, but the calibre of matches that we have left between now and the end of the season, realistically, and let's hope we are living in this world in a few weeks' time, once the Premier League is mathematically ours, that might be the next opportunity we get to start doing that sort of thing. And I love Wataru Endo, but the facts are the facts. With a second leg in the Champions League in midweek and then a Carabao Cup final next Sunday, we're not going to get many opportunities to rest anyone who Arne Slot deems as his first team options. Let's have it right. Okay, low sound, I think we're saying for Grav. I thought it was, again, Jekyll and Hyde type performance first half to second half. J-Vog says Grav sound, not his best. No, not his best at all. Not his best at all, but his best is absolutely marvellous. Sound, same as Virg. Yeah, I think we've more or less nailed that. Thanks. Let's do Dom Szoboszlai, shall we? I'm interested by your thoughts on Dom Szoboszlai, to be honest with you. I haven't got any real strong opinions, so I'm just going to wait at this point. Jake says low sound Sobbo. Yeah, it's Wembley next week, Lee. And then a little bit of a break for everyone, apart from me. High sound. Did he touch the ball? I feel like he must have touched the ball, but I'm kind of with you at the same time. Low sound, says Andrew as well. Super tired. Low sound, Dom couldn't get in the game. Yeah, I think couldn't get in the game is a good description of it, actually. Anonymous is not a bad one either, to be fair. Yeah, it feels, listen, we're just, as everything, as always, when we do these shows, the immediate post-match reaction shows, they're always based off what we've just witnessed. Like, what's to come and the fullness of time stuff and what's been actually the history of this season so far is a different conversation. In the here and now, we can just base it on what we've watched. And it wasn't perfect by any stretch of Liverpool. It was a brilliant result, and what it means for the league is wonderful. But in terms of performances, it wasn't his best at all. I tend to agree, but that's fine. That's fine. Curtis Jones. I thought his effort in the early stages of the first half was our best bit of football in the first half completely, and it was a well-struck shot actually, and just sort of narrowly wide. If that had gone in, it might have been a different story completely, because Southampton lose a little bit of confidence and you think, here we fucking go, another day of misery and pain inflicted upon us. And Liverpool get another gear and we jump into the game a little bit more, etc., etc., etc. Doesn't go in, and we just kind of lose our way post the long stoppage for the head collision and what have you. But yeah, outside of that, Curtis had good moments, win the ball high a lot in good areas, dwelled on it once or twice as well, literally on one occasion, wins it back high really brilliantly, slides into his man round the back of him, and then loses it seconds later. Just a bit frustrating, really. A lot of people say middle and high sound, a lot of sounds. He was one of the unfortunate ones to be taken off, absolutely. So yeah, again, come back to my earlier point on Tsimikas. You know, you're not going to wax lyrical about somebody that gets taken off in those circumstances. I'm going to get all of the front three in my hand because, as we know, we've got an unprecedented 6 subs to do today, everyone. Plus Johnny Eisinger at some point as well. So, yeah, and the man the match. So, you know, stick around. Let's do Luis Diaz. Shall we? Let's do Luis Diaz. Wonderful assist for Darwin. Proper winger stuff. And we don't see enough of that from Luis Diaz, to be honest with you, at all. Yeah. Gets to the byline, pulls it back into a really dangerous area, possibly even sees the run of Darwin, because we'll touch on him in a minute, but the movement's exceptional. And Diaz picks him out wonderfully well. Runs all day for you, always will run all day for you. Look threatening at times, actually look more like the Luis Diaz that arrived at the football club, if I'm being honest, willing to take on and willing to beat a man. And yeah, we made 6 subs. Yeah, I love Diaz's performance today. Back in his natural position, back where he looks more at home, looks more comfortable out on the left. Yeah, good. And the sort of performance that you're probably going to need more of with Gakpo, obviously sidelined and hopefully back soon. As mentioned here, Alisson, how we don't know. We're still told it's just a knock, and we're talking days opposed to anything else. But there's a good chance Diaz has got to go again in midweek. But every single time, whilst Gakpo is out, it's an opportunity for Diaz. That's the way he's got to look at it. For us, it's a shame because we all love Cody Gakpo. But for him, it's like an opportunity and a chance to nail down that starter spot between now and the end of the season at least. Low boss despite the first half. Okay, but we're having Louis a little bit. Open the game. First half, you're messing. Second half, high sound. Overall, straddling boss. All right, I'm up for straddling boss. I thought he had a decent game, to be fair. This could be fucking anything. I'm going to level with you. I wish I had about 4, because they could just be dotted around the entire place. Like, for a minute he was here, he moved into here for a bit, he had a 10-minute spell in here, and then he probably ended up somewhere about this. I don't know. I'm none the wiser as to Darwin Nunez. Fella's a lunatic. I've said it 15 times already, but could get sent off, does score, wins the penalty, tells the away end to shut up. Honest to God. Middle sound, needs his own category. Yeah, Darwin, just Darwin. And who else but Darwin? Won us the game. Do you know what? Yeah, ultimately, yeah, all jokes aside, somebody a second ago said he deserves his flowers, and he does. He deserves so much credit, because not only was he playing on that knife edge, and he seemed like momentarily he might have lost his head, mainly when he wellied Kyle Walker-Peters in the air for pretty much no reason, just because Liverpool conceded a goal, it felt like. And then he's staring at someone kicking off, and Salah has to come over and drag him away as they're checking if it's a red card or not. Like, the last thing you want to do when there's referees checking whether or not you should be sent off is look angrier than ever before and further rile them up. But Darwin being Darwin, normally players just sort of slope off into the background and like the teammates just try and hide them and get your head down and, you know, act all innocent. Like, I wouldn't do that. It's not me. It's not in my character. Darwin just fucking fronts it and tells the world he's a madman. But yeah, on a serious note, second half, inspired. And the goal, it's a proper striker's goal. Like, we've all been super critical of Darwin. We've all critiqued his performances and his inability to put away and finish his dinner sometimes. And rightfully so, because that has been factual. But today, that first goal and the goal that gets us back into the game, basically, is class. Class. The finish is brilliant. The movement, though, is unbelievable. Yeah, quality. And then wins a penalty too. So all said and done, not bad. Not bad at all. What do we think? Redeemed himself. It's a good way of putting it. 5 energy. All right. I think we are pretty much set. Yeah, we had that debate before the match, and it might not be. Yeah, that's probably a good way of doing it, to be fair. Yeah, the Jota thing's an interesting one. Conversation for another day. There? Is that high enough? He's probably higher than Diaz, isn't he, you know? He's probably more like that. He's probably generally more like that. I don't know. I think Darwin Nunez might be better than Divock Origi. And I hate myself for saying that a little bit. Divock Origi had a knack, didn't he? And he had all the finishes in the book, Divock. Let's give him his credit. And what he was the man for the big moment. Now, Darwin's been that at times. Of course, he has. Brentford recently, Newcastle, he has that in his locker. But Divock, it just felt like when you needed him, he just delivered time and time again. He had that instinctive nature of being in the right place at the right time. The Everton goal being the case in point. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to debate. Mo Salah. 2 wonderful penalties. Absolutely quality penalties. Ramsdale, no chance for either of them. Absolutely no chance. Despite going the right way for one of them. Just, yeah. I don't think he had his greatest day at all. Not many did behind me, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it's almost irrelevant because we've been given 2 penalties, justifiably so, by the way. One of them's the foul on Darwin, which is just stupidity, going into the back of someone in the area. You make your bed, you lie in it, my friend. And the second one, I mean, he's given us 2 penalties with handballs, that fella now. He must like us. But I don't know what he's doing. He's literally elbowed it back to the keeper. You cannot do that. Does he know there's VAR and cameras everywhere? It's insane. But this is kind of the point, really. It wasn't his greatest outing of all time. And he's had 100 better games for Liverpool Football Club, probably more. He was always brilliant, but more importantly, when he puts the ball down on the spot twice and it's a chance to send Liverpool 16 points clear at the top of the Premier League and it's a chance to further extend and pull away from the chasing pack in the top goal scoring list, he does it. People will say, Pen Merchant, I'm not asked. Penalties count. They count just the same as a 30-yard. That goal we scored against Chelsea, that absolute worldie from about 35 yards in the top bin, that counts exactly the same as his penalties do today. They're both a goal and big moments, big plays deliver. And he's done it twice. He has done it twice. Once to put us into the lead and once to put the game absolutely to bed. So yeah, I am having nothing short of a high sound and we'll work back from there. I don't know how many penalties this year. It's a few, but they need putting away. They need putting away, and not everyone's capable. But Mo Salah, most defo is. I think we're straddling. There's some criticism for his performance, which is understandable, but I think we're straddling. You can't score 2 goals and not be at least touching boss. Surely to Christ. Right, we've got 6 subs, as mentioned. So I'm going to get them all. Jesus, this is a lot of subs. Wow, okay. I do love a straddle. That's very true. You know me too well. Bottle. Yeah, bottle's a good word. I like that. I like you. 2 goals and an assist? No, not the assist. No. Diaz assist. Cool. Harvey Elliott. Impetus. Energy. All the things that Harvey Elliott brings to football. He's the first one, actually, to have any meaningful impact and action in that second half. And Aaron Ramsdale, to his credit, makes a decent save tonight. It was a right-footed shot as well. I thought his right foot was like, the Siggy lighter in your car these days, just there for fucking show. But no, seemingly he can use it as well every now and then. Love you, Harvey. Yeah, chill, you're absolutely spot on. I'm definitely fielding another why do we make 6 subs question in the next 3 or 4 minutes here. And listen, I'll probably answer it because I've done 10 already. A lot of people saying boss for Harvey, a fun boss. Okay. Super sub Harvey's back again. It's like it's 23-24 all over again. Yeah, okay. People are loving Harvey. Good. I think a lot of the subs will get some high ratings, actually. Because, again, night and day, first half, second half, and largely due to what the subs did. I'm going to save Jarell, let's be honest. Andy Robertson. Andy Robertson. What do we think? Better than Costas? Improved in the left-back position? Back to his usual self a little bit? Showing signs. Amos one says, high sound. Is that for Harvey? He's a good lad, Harvey. He does interact with us quite a lot. So, if so, hi, Harvey. Well done. Sorry about the right foot finger said a minute ago. Honestly, I'm sorry. Robbo Boss. Rob Boss. Robbo high sound. Boss for Robbo. High mid sound. Low Boss. Yeah, okay. High sound for the Scotsman. Mac have allowed him to get high. Yeah, Mac, listen. You know, keep your powder dry, McAllister. We've got a 10-minute McAllister loving coming very, very shortly. All right, sound. Are we all in boss, or are we straddling? You know I'm tempted to straddle. I don't know what straddle is, not a word. I see Mac, I think we have another straddler. Low boss, Robertson with sound. See, when I say boss and then sound immediately after, it kind of implies that we've got ourselves a straddler. We're straddling, aren't we? Why rate Elliot the same? It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point well made. It's a good point. All right. I got carried away. I think I was trying to make up for what I said about his right foot, to be honest. Rosario Endo, I do. Yeah, listen. They may as well have blown the fucking whistle. The minute this man stepped onto the pitch, it was done. Not only did we not concede and won the game, we fucking scored another goal. Yeah, on a serious note, he was good, wasn't he? Does what he does. Does exactly what it says on the gum shield. Wins his tackles. Keeps opposition teams penned in. Busy. Done. Write it on his fucking gravestone. Yeah, happy. Yeah, I'll have to. Does nobody else do a straddle? That's disappointing if not. I need to have a word. I'll hold a Monday morning meeting about the straddle. As a matter of urgency, I'll put it in the calendar as soon as I'm done. Boss, the game is over. Boss, massively important. Yeah, I love that. I'm not going to read J-Vog's comment, but fine. Endo Boss, Robbo spot on, just what was acquired. Okay, I think we're happy. Endo Boss. Michaela, you know every time I see your comment, that's us done. No discussion needed. Boss right now, thank you very much. I need somebody with Endo's touch. Right, Diogo Jota. God, we did a lot of subs. This feels long at this point. What do we think about Diogo Jota? Come on. I feel like we can kind of gloss over this one I talk. I love Diogo Jota. I don't want to be too disrespectful, but yeah, mid-sound is kind of where I'm at as well, to be fair. Which means I can put him in there. Literally, it's like 15 sounds on the spin. That never happens. But I'm so here for it. So here for it. Right then, let's do Jarell quickly. I mean, he basically was on the pitch for like a minute. Alexa McAllister. Come on. So here we go. We've got it. Finally. Southampton had to make a concussion substitution, for those not aware, in the first half, which then allowed Liverpool to make an extra sub because the concussion one doesn't count towards your allotted 5. So Liverpool were allowed to make an extra 1, which is great. It was great at the time because it meant we got to take Trent off. Now when I'm holding the 6th substitute, it feels a long, drawn-out process. But, you know, we're here now. And it's the main man, Alexa McAllister, so it's all fine. Boss. Hi, boss. Man the match. Not my words. The words of Nacho. Macca boss for Macca. Mac, such a menace, boss. We've got a super chat from Mighty Quinn. Hello, my friends. How are we? Man the match, Endo. When he comes on, that's it. That's the end. Yo, see what he did there. Daniel Ward says, Dan, don't. I've got no idea what you're talking about. Macca is only ever boss. Mac was high sound. Boss explanation. Thank you. Boss. Quantum was sound, Craig. He was sound. Max Straddlester. Now we are scraping the barrel. Okay, right. He was absolutely boss, Dizzy. I agree with you. Low boss, Gary Boss. He was boss, wasn't he? Now, by pure luck rather than judgment, I've only got the highest level of boss available to me. Are we comfortable when we're doing this? Because I don't get shouted at. I mean, I could just pop him above Trent, and then we can kind of move from there. But that's my only real space. So I'm going to do that momentarily and see how you all react. Yes, we're happy. But we're not quite done yet. We just want to hang on 1 minute. I know it's been a long one with all the subs. But yeah, on a serious note, McAllister was excellent. As were all the subs, pretty much. As were Liverpool's second half, to be fair. But yeah, I thought McAllister really helped us turn the game on its head, change the tempo, takes up the ball in really good areas, always wants it, a menace, in attack, in defence. I've said it lots, just a complete midfielder. Right, dead quick, Johnny Heitinga. What's happened this season? Like, how am I holding John Heitinga's face? Let's just whack Johnny Heitinga there. He doesn't make the subs, but he'd fucking go in there. Deal with it. Man the match. People are saying boss for Johnny Heitinga. For fuck's sake, people. Right, he's there. Man the match. What do we think? Seriously, though. Lucha, man the match. Heitinga, boss. Yeah, he's done. Nunez. Yeah, that's something. And it won't be Mikel Arteta. Man the match. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love. A lot of people saying Darwin man the match. Have we got any obligation to that at all? Because there's loads of them. There's a few Maccas. There's a couple of Diaz's. There's a Salah. Yeah, what do we think? A lot of people are going for Darwin. There might be more Darwins than Maccas, though. I'll be honest with you. All right, listen. I'm just the go-between here. I just put the things on the board. You tell me. A couple of people said Harvey now. Got a couple of. We are living in a Darwin Nunez wonderland, though. I'll be honest. Yeah, we're done. Daniel Ward's got his wish. It's not Alexis McAllister. It's Darwin bloody Nunez. I mean, goal. Yeah. Listen, Sam. Somebody said today, goal and assist, transform the game. Who'd have thought it? When every single Liverpool fan was screaming at the telly or from the stands at him to get him off the pitch at half-time after he decided just to whack Kyle Walker-Peters for no apparent reason. 20 minutes later, the fellas won the game of footy for us, and an hour later, he's on the board as the highest possible point with man the match next to him. Good on him. Darwin Nunez experience. The 50th time over. And it's never going to change. Right, sound. On a serious note, we're done. That's us. Thank you so much for joining us for this part of the show, for the last part, for the bit before that, and for the entire thing. Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. But more importantly, Liverpool all 3 points. Liverpool 16 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Over to you, Arsenal. You going to try and chase us down? You going to make it interesting? Remains to be seen. Genuinely, thank you so much for being involved. This bit makes no sense without you. The last bit makes no sense without you. The whole fucking venture makes no sense without you, to be honest with you. We will be back on Tuesday night. I won't be there because I'm going to that match, which I'm very much looking forward to. So instead, for this sort of content, I'll be back next week in the Carabao Cup final. The guys already mentioned, head to redmenplus.com, sign up, use one of our many available codes, get a free month for that, because there's no better time to be a Red. Whether you're with us, without us, there's just no better time to be a Red. Full stop. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy watching Arsenal against Manchester United tomorrow. What will be, will be. We've done our job. Yeah, let's see what happens. Take care. Love you all very much. Goodbye.